Oh, hello. Let's cut my head off. Let's just do that. Right. For some reason, I look like powdery and pasty tonight. I don't know why that is. Got the lights going, same as ever. But there you go. Maybe there's like a mist of spirit in the room around me. I hope that's what it is. Anyway, great to see people. We've got 8 people with us already, according to the thing. Beverly, hi. April, hi to you. Let's see. Yvonne White, nice to see you. Great stuff. Great stuff. Loads of people here. Kaya Noel, Meowdy. Same to you. Philip, good evening, mate. Nice to see you here. Okay. So where are we going? Seascape is here. Sharon Sipe is here. Nice to see you, Sharon. Okay. Nice to see everyone. I'm just, saying that to Sharon just because that's, that's what I feel like saying. So how on earth is everyone? I hope everyone is good. Adrian, no, I'm not actually streaming from my phone, Adrian. No. Would that I was. I think it might work better if I was, but I can't read the comments up the side quite as well. So I'm using my laptop, and it's a Linux laptop. But I have just burnt so much incense, you would not believe it. I didn't particularly mean to burn a lot, but as I was sprinkling it on the charcoal block, a big sort of handful of frankincense fell on it. So maybe that's what it is. Anyway, I'm sure it's very cosmic, and I'm sure it's meant to be. That's it. That's the important thing, isn't it? Anyway, guys, we are so close to a full moon. It's going to be full moon in Scorpio tomorrow, States and Canada. And at 4:06 a.m. here in UK on Tuesday, we're going to have this full moon in Scorpio. And wow, it's a great week. My astrology book says, so what does it say? Escape the Matrix. Okay, and that's maybe a dramatic way of putting it, quite a catchy way of putting it. But the truth is, it's going to be a great time for sort of stealthily getting away from dominating people, domineering situations as well, I guess. But it needs to be done stealthily because this is a Scorpio full moon where people start seeing things in black and white. So you don't want anyone realizing you've escaped from them just yet. As the week goes on, though, you can let on and you can start actually kind of building your own personal space in life. And that is really important. That is one of the biggest things that people face as a challenge, I suppose, on their spiritual journey through life. There are always going to be other people who think, you're crazy to think of the spiritual side of things, or just, it doesn't have to be spiritual. It can be anything, There's a guy I know who I got really fed up with him. He just criticizes everything like he has to be the best guy. He has to own the best stuff. And he has to pour scorn, not just on me, but on absolutely everybody else. And I cut him loose, and I'm really glad I did, to be quite honest, And he wasn't really stopping me from being myself, but I just didn't enjoy the energy of the guy, I suppose, because domineering people, it's a problem with ego, and it's actually the problem is the opposite of what they show. Those people feel very inadequate, and so they need to feel that they're making other people feel inadequate in order to get any kind of purchase on the world. Hello, Lee Wolster, nice to see you. Linda Sandoval, Aspie Third Eye, Susan Kelly is here as well. Good evening to you, and blessings to you too. This is great. Loads of people piling in. This is what I really, really like to see, actually. Let's start off with a Moonology card anyway. That's where I was going with this full moon thing. The moon is actually in Libra at the moment and just about to pass into Scorpio already for that big full moon event, which is moon opposite sun, by the way. That's the astrological way they talk about it. Hi, Martin, by the way. And as Susan says, please press the like button, people. It really makes a difference. Shows the algorithm what's what. And speaking of getting away from domineering things, actually, I have no intention of getting away from YouTube, but I do love to get away from the domineering tendencies of the algorithm. And they are really domineering. Anyway, here is our card for everyone. just to kind of kick off. We could call this a significator for the whole night, actually. And I just noticed I've still got dirty nails. Sorry about that. It's soil this time. I have actually washed them since I made bread in the earlier video, but and I went gardening after that. So this card says, you are good enough. Hang on to that, guys, okay? Because I'm sure all of us on this spiritual path get a lot of criticism, and people who don't understand it, people who don't get it, will very often try and get us to believe that we're following spirituality because we feel inadequate in some way. And of course, you know, they're nothing like that. They don't kind of give their lives to a soccer team or a football team because they feel inadequate in any way. They don't overeat. They don't binge watch TV because they're inadequate in any way. It's us. That's what they think anyway. So remember, you are good enough, because we live in a world that's always trying to tell us that we aren't good enough, friends. That's the truth. So there we go. That is the significatory first card, and I'm going to kind of hang on to that thought as we go through. If I can just get them back in the box there. Okay, so where are we going? I did notice a question further up there somewhere. Let me have a look for it. See if we can find it. It's great that the chat comments are coming so quickly, actually. It is great, you know. I'm really enjoying this. I started this not knowing if anyone was going to watch it, and this is absolutely brilliant, you know. I'm so pleased that it's gone this way. And I'm still scrolling up looking for that question that I saw. I saw this question as soon as I came on, actually. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Kaya Noel. This is the question I've been looking for. I don't do them all in order, but I think since this is the very first one, I think this is a good way to start the thing off. So, Andy dear, hello, Kaya dear, thank you for joining us. I'd like to know if I have spirit guides, and if so, what are their names? Okay. Well, I don't need to use any cards or a pendulum to answer the question that you've asked there, actually. I've got a resounding yes in my head, Kaya, and what I'm being told is that you will get to know their names naturally when the time is right. Now, I don't know why it wouldn't be the right time to know the names of your spirit guides, but I can promise you it took me many years. I think I've been going about 5 years, and I got to know one gentleman's name. It came as quite a shock, actually. I knew another medium, and she showed me a picture, and I realized that I'd seen this guy, you know, and it was someone who taught her in spiritual circle. So was I focusing more on your question, Kaya? So you have many spirit guides. That's what I'm picking up. You have a lot, you know, and that's a wonderful thing, because that means that you can do quite a lot of work, and you're never actually going to be totally stuck for an answer to anything. Let me see. There are 2 of them that you've known in this life, you know, and you know, anyone can become a spirit guide. Everyone who goes to the other side doesn't necessarily become a spirit guide, but they can, you know, it's something they learn to do. And because there's no time over there is a process of learning, but it can seem very quick to us, or it can seem very slow to us. Okay. There's also, I'm getting the name Charlie, and I'm getting that name quite strongly. Okay, I'm not sure which person I'm looking at is called Charlie, but it's certainly one of your spirit guides. Quite a sort of quite a cheerful sort of personality, this Charlie, Kaya. Okay, that's about all I can give you at this moment, to be honest. I wish I could give you some more than that, but really, don't worry. They will work with you. They'll work with you 24/7. I'm being told that they are actually working with you 24/7, so that's good news. It can be exhausting, right? You also have a gatekeeper who's a very special kind of spirit guide, and you can ask your gatekeeper just to make sure you get things like a good night's sleep, things like a bit of time to yourself. So I want to also say to you, right, as a result of what I'm hearing right now, it's very important to get into the practice of opening up and closing down. In other words, when you're going to work, visualize your crown chakra like a flower, like a lotus flower with 1,000 petals. Visualize it opening, and that's your affirmation that you're ready to work, you're wanting to work, you know. And then whenever you finish, close down. Even if you're about to see another client, even if you're about to go into another situation, then you open up. Okay, but it's a lot like putting a cloth over a crystal ball. It's just that affirmation that you're shut down now and you need to have some time to yourself. And your gatekeeper will really understand that and will put that across to your guides, and then your guides will understand it as well. But you've got many guides, you've got busy guides. Hang on to that name, Charlie. But there are others, crucially, there are others, you know. So, hey, thanks for that question, Kai. I'll give you that totally with all the blessings I can bring up here. This isn't a question, right? This is I'm just ear-wigging in or eye-wigging in on a conversation going on here. Aspie Third Eye says, Beverly Spencer, hope Kitty gets to feeling better. I lost a kitty to cancer on the 14th. Still mourning that. I remember that one coming up. For some reason, I'm drawn to that. You know, I was drawn to look at that and sort of read it almost as if it was a question. So there's something about this. Let me just focus in on this a minute. Okay. Right. I don't know for sure if this is your cat, but I'm picking up a black and white cat. Okay, there's a black and white spirit cat close around you, Aspie. I'm being told that your kitty that you lost to cancer is absolutely fine on the other side and is healed, and that actually I believe it's a she, is around you as well. But there's this black and white cat who's like a cat spirit guide, I think. And this black and white cat is definitely there as well. So Aspie Third Eye, you know, sorry you've been through that. I really am, you know. And Beverly, I totally hope your kitty gets to feeling better, as Aspie says. That's a real important thing. Now then, okay. So Twaina, hi to you. Thanks so much for joining us. Yeah, great that you're on the live show. Absolutely great, Twaina. Thanks for joining us. I can see more people coming in. Martin is here. Julie M is here. Hi, yeah, I hope you have a lovely week too, Julie. Thanks for that. Okay, Linda Sandoval says, my spirit guide, Adriana, told me that as the spirit guide of a seer such as you, she has to be very strong. Yeah. You know, we actually raise up our spirit guides quite a lot by working with them. It's of mutual benefit. You know, it's as good for them to work as it is for us to work. You know, it's exercising their gifts, and it's putting to work something that they really they need to do. You know, on the same level as the way we need to do the things we do. Okay, so right. Just a tick now then, here we go. Martin, 958. I wondered if I nearly bumped into the French girl in Montastruc-la-Concilière. Hope I didn't murder that name. In the south of France, anyway. Oh, that's a nice place to be in the south of France at the moment, actually. But it's lovely and warm there, actually, Martin. It's the sort of place I'd go, but I got chickens and cats and stuff, and I can't easily go away because I live miles from anywhere. Daisy D is here, Tuli Lazuli is here, hello, and Maril O'Shea, Mary Jo Shea, sorry about that. Nice to see you. Newbie to the channel. Well, you know, we're all kind of, we're all one. I'm sure we've all kind of met in previous lives and things. So you're not all that new, but it's great to see you, and thanks for joining us. Okay, it was nice. So you're not there anymore. Okay. But I bet it was nice. I really do. Okay. I'm just going to try and answer that one with the pendulum here. Now, I think this has actually been something that's exercised your mind quite a lot, Martin. Okay. Well, that's giving me a yes. That's definitely given me a yes, you know. I got to say it, guys, you know, for entertainment purposes only, YouTube, all that stuff. But I'm standing by that, you know. That's a pretty clear yes from the pendulum there. But don't let it worry you, okay? Things that are meant to be happen. And if it's meant to be, if it's meant to happen, then it most certainly will, okay? There'll be no way of stopping it. That's how it works. It really is. Okay. Now then, Liz Toth is here. I'm going straight to this one. Nice to see you, Liz. I don't think we've met before, but I'm so many people. It's a blessing, but I can't kind of quite remember how many people or what everyone's names are that are on the coming on the show at the moment. But it's great to see you all. Liz is asking, hi from Cozumel, Mexico. Sorry. Will we be hit with another hurricane or two this year? Thanks. I don't believe it's going to be 2. Right, I'm going to ask the pendulum. I'm going to ask a different pendulum about that, actually. I don't believe it's going to be 2. I believe it's going to be 1. And it's not going to be for quite some time. Let's see what the pendulum says. Yeah, it's a small circle, okay? I don't feel it's going to be such a bad hurricane as the last one was, yeah? All right. I mean, they're all a bit bad, aren't they? And I've been in a hurricane in Belize in Central America, so I kind of, I know how severe they can get. But, that's a yes, but it doesn't look like a big one. And I'm pretty sure, Liz, when I say there is actually only going to be 1. So I hope that helps you. Thanks so much. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, Daisy D, I will come to you, my friend. You might have to remind me, but I spotted something. Hi, Salma. I'm just scrolling up at the moment. Spotted something from Julie M. Excuse me, so I'm going to go to Julie M now. That's where I'm drawn to go. Andy, how do I find out my spiritual purpose here on earth? Right, that is a deep, deep, deep one, Julie. Basically, right, we all find ourselves either doing what we're supposed to do or gravitating towards it. It's always going to be something that you have an inner desire to do. Yeah. And it might be, you might think, well, why should I be able to do that? Why would I be any good at that thing that I want to do? Maybe lots of people want to do it. But if you focus in on it, you might actually realize that the exact way you want to do it is different, in some way, and there aren't like millions of people wanting to do it, basically. So then, you're kind of zeroing in on something, because we sign up to these things, whatever our purpose is, whatever our mission is in this world, we sign up to it before we actually incarnate. So we have an innate desire to do it. Okay, and the other side of that is just that we find ourselves doing the right thing. And as an example, I used to know this Christian couple. Their little girl was a friend of my daughter in school. They went to school together, and occasionally they would babysit, and occasionally I would babysit. And whenever I babysat, it was because they were going to church, because they wanted to work out what God's plan for them was. And I frequently said to them, well, if God's given you children, that's God's plan for you at the moment, and it can be that simple. It usually is a pretty simple thing, Julie. So if you really want to look into it, okay, meditate, use the violet flame, okay? And this is good advice for everyone. The violet flame is incredibly powerful. It's a tool of healing. It's a tool above anything else of manifestation, But you just get to know things. You just find yourself more tuned in as you use it. And Julie, if you don't know it yet, just kind of let your mind go quiet, and it's going to become obvious to you. It really is. Okay. So yeah, please do meditate on it. That's the ticket, Julie. Hope that helps. Okay. Let me look for more questions. Let me just see what Liz says here. I'm very weak. Oh dear, sorry to hear that. But going up to Ohio for medical care, will they help me at the clinic, or can I heal using just energy medicine? Thanks. Well, Liz, yeah, I'm sorry to hear you're feeling weak like that. The bottom line, right? Yes, the journey to the clinic is actually going to be a good thing for you, a positive thing for you. I realize you might be a bit uncomfortable about that. Actually, I get a feeling of discomfort around that, but it's a positive journey. There's something good about making that journey for you, Liz. Okay, so go for it. Yes, they'll help you at the clinic, and actually, yes, you can heal just using energy medicine, but there's nothing like using whatever it is they do at the clinic and the energy medicine together. Okay, I'm a firm believer that God gave us doctors, the Great Spirit, in other words, gave us doctors, gave us nurses, gave us the medical profession, you know, and there is a lot of controversy about around healing and around all kinds of things involved with medicine. But it's the right thing to go to the clinic. I really feel that, Liz, you know, so good luck with that, and keep us posted. Let us know how it goes. I'm sure we're all praying for you, because we kind of like that in this group of people that we've got here. Thule is asking, I am there for Lucky, but is he ever going to be there for me? Where is his heart at when it comes to me? Well, is this the same guy that suddenly vanished out of your life and then came back? I reckon it's the same guy. That's just the feeling I've got. Take that. I'll start with that first part of your question as a yes/no question, okay? But before I do, Liz, thanks so much. I really do have nerves about going up. Right, that's why it feels uncomfortable. Allopathic medicine has not been good for figuring out my basic problem. Yeah. Okay. You're coming up. You're coming towards better times, Liz. I'll say that for you. You are coming towards better times. And when things have been bad for a long time, it becomes hard to believe that they're ever going to get good. But, you know, your health is going places, positive places, okay? So, just, you know, make the best of it. Make that journey. That's what I'm picking up psychically about that. And I wish you the very best with that. Anyway, right, let's move on now. Thule, I've got you on the screen. I am there for Lucky, but is he ever going to be there for me? Let's start off with that as a yes/no question. Just let this twirl around a bit. The string gets a bit tangled up on this one, and you just have to let it kind of stop spinning, and then it starts doing its pendulum thing. Right, wow, how do I put this? It's doing a very slight circle, but also a back and forth. And when it's straight back and forth, it's a no. So it's not a total no, because there was a slight circle there. But basically, Thule, I feel you're going to be kind of giving more than he gives you, you know. And I think that's where the balance is going to lie, really. Okay, but I'm going to get the cards out. We haven't used the tarot tonight yet. Let's get the tarot out and use it and answer that question. Where is his heart at when it comes to me? Okay, let's have a shuffle. Let's turn the deck the right way up. That would help. And just focus on that question. Where is Lucky's heart at when it comes to Thule? Let's find out. Okay. Tell you one thing I'm drawn to while I'm shuffling, Thule, is that nice string of symbols you've put on there, though, those emojis. People who use lots of big strings of emojis like that, I've usually got a lot of belief in the power of manifestation, okay? So keep praying for what you want, yeah? Prayer can change things. And by prayer, I don't mean like going to church and reading the Bible and stuff. I'm sure that works in some situations, but I mean like, kind of manifestationally, seeking, visualizing what you want, believing you can have it. Okay, because that is going to bring an improvement. It really is. Okay, so here's the card. Right, number 21, the world. So basically, there's a lot of distractions going on with him. But I pulled this card for you, Thule, and this says you can have what you want. Yeah, okay. I think it's going to be quite a long journey, though, really, judging by what the pendulum said. Okay, and I guess this means that, yeah, one day he is going to be there for you. And even at this moment, in his own mind, he feels as if he's there for you. It's as if he's asking her, what more does she want? You got to let him know, really, Thule. And you've probably let him know quite a bit already. excuse me, already, because I know you kind of disappeared out of your life and then came back. But, you know, speak your truth. It's your favorite card. I'm very glad to hear that. I'm hiccuping like a mad thing, and that usually means I'm spot on. So, yeah, there we go. I wish you the best of luck with that, Thule. I really do. Okay, and thanks for all your support, and thanks for your question. So, Liz says, well, it's broken conversations here, but I like to keep the flow going, you see. Okay. Oh, Linda, I'm Andy, by the way. Right. Sorry, I should have explained that. Yeah, I am Andy. That's who I am. Right. Okay. So Liz says, wow, yes, very bad for a very long time. One thing after another. Really appreciate it. My life has been head on pillow for 10 years now. Oh, blessings to you too. Miss working with healing and counseling. Well, Liz, I've got to tell you, your healing gift came to you for a reason, and it will always be of value, not just to you, but to other people too. So you are going to be healing others again. Just hold on to that, my friend, okay? Never let go. Never lose sight of that, all right? And just, you know, visualize it going the way you want it to go. Really important to do that. Really is. Okay. I'm going to go to Susan at this point. Hi, Andy. Any message for me? Thanks. Well, I believe there is, Susan, because I was drawn to what you typed in there, and I wouldn't have been drawn to that for nothing. I'm still shuffling my tarot cards, almost subconsciously, actually. I subconsciously reach for another deck or the pendulum or whatever, but I'm still shuffling these. So, Susan, let's take a look at your question. Any message for me? Right, 3 cards on this one. Okay. Right. First card of your message, Knight of Wands. The Wands is all about getting things done. There's a real strong Leo energy showing on this card. So, Susan, basically, if someone is putting you under pressure to do something or to move faster than you really actually want your life to go, or whatever, you know, whatever you want to manifest, if you're being pressured to manifest it quicker than you want to, don't worry about it, because the person pressuring you has a very low boredom threshold and we'll just move on, and then you'll get a chance to do whatever you want to do at a time that suits you better. If you do want to go with the flow and make it happen quick, the Knight of Wands is here for you. Okay. Middle card, the Fool. It's a new journey. Okay. So this suggests that maybe you are going to go along with the Knight of Wands. That'd be no bad thing to do if you're actually happy to do it, if you want to do it. But what we've got here is the grinning Cheshire Cat snapping at Alice's heels and just warning her to be careful. And that's like, that represents your higher self, you know, in quite a strong way. And so if you've got misgivings about it, listen to those misgivings. Don't give in to them. As simple as that. You know, you decide if you want to give in to them or not. Also got the 7 of Swords upside down for an outcome card. So that's nice and baffling and bamboozling. Let's take a look at it the right way up just to see what we're aiming at here. And what's happened is this character has pinched some of the swords and he's running away with them. Question is he trying to teach them a lesson, and is he going to come back and give them their swords back and say, look, you need to be more careful with your swords? Or is he actually kind of stealing something away? Well, the cards come out upside down. So basically, Susan, that situation is not what it seems, all right? So bear that in mind when you're deciding whether you want to go along with the Knight of Wands or not. I mean, this is the first card, but it all seems to pivot around this card. It all seems to hang on this. So you've got to think carefully about what you want. That's the overall message. You know, what do you want? Where do you want this situation to go, Susan? That's what's really important here. Okay. So thank you so much for your question. I really hope that helps you. Okay. Liz Toth, thank you so much for seeing that on validation. Great. Was thinking this is my end coming. No, not really. Not really. No, I don't feel your end is coming at all. What's probably coming is a bit like what would happen if we got the death card, Liz. Death of the old self, birth of the new. One door has to close for another door to open. That's the bottom line. So if it's felt like things are coming to an end, that's why. Life isn't coming to an end. Your mission in life is not yet fulfilled, and you will get time to fulfill it. We all do, you know. Even people who pass away very young do actually have some kind of mission in life that's been fulfilled when they pass. Very hard for us to believe that about, you know, losing someone very young, but it's a true thing, you know. They for some people, for some souls, it's enough just to taste life very briefly. That's a fact. I don't understand how that could be or why that would be, but that's all part of the divine mystery. Going to Lee Wellster now. Good evening, Lee. Thanks for joining us. I have two friends that have crossed over. When I smell cigarette smoke, is that confirmation that they are near? I'm feeling like yes, Lee. Okay, I'm going to say yes. I feel that so strongly. Just going to give that as a yes. I'm also going to pull out one tarot card on this. I don't know why I'm being told to pull a tarot card out when I've got a yes, but yes. Okay. Come here. Okay, right. Yeah, here we go. Number 17, the Star. Right. Right, there's a feeling about being on your best behaviour, Lee. I don't know what that's actually about, but this is essentially what they're trying to communicate to you. Okay, there's one who's closer than another one. This one who's closer than the other one was more kind of elegant and that's not the word. What's the word? Eloquent. Could speak eloquently, you know. One of them was better than that of the other one. It's the one who spoke better, who's closer around you than the other one, you know. But they are both close, you know. They never actually leave us. They just pass into a part of our world where we can't see them with our everyday eyes open. That's the truth. But yes, cigarette smoke is actually, it's a very common one, actually. You know, someone who smoked, that's very often how they'll manifest. And I got to confess, I smoke. I'm sure that's how I'll manifest to my children when my time comes, but I don't want to think about that just yet. But thanks for your question, Lee. I hope that's helped you, my friend. Okay. Philip has a question. Right. Hello, Emily Hope, by the way. Thanks for joining us. Okay. I found Philip talking, but he says, hi, Adrian, got a question for Andy tonight. Well, who knows? Sort that one out if you can, guys, and type it in if you would like to. Hello, Carrie Gibson, by the way. Nice to see you. She's saying hello, everyone, sending good vibes to everyone. It's a beautiful cloudy day in California. That sounds blissful, actually. We've had a lovely heat wave in Wales, UK, but just like one cloudy day would be really nice, and then back to the heat wave. I don't want the heat wave to stop, but just one cloudy day would be great. Lee says, yeah, they always told me to be on good behaviour. Great, there we go. We've got a connection then. They're not far away. I'm delighted. Always delighted when there's some evidence there that kind of shows it right. Okay. Ooh, what's the necrophonic app, Aspie? That sounds amazing. Wow. I hope it's not like Randonautica. I've never been Randonauting and I'm never going to. Okay, Susan Kelly. Andy, has my favourite aunt got a message for me? She keeps coming into my dreams. Okay. It's... What I'm picking up, Susan, is that it's like it's a message and yet it's not a message at the same time. She wants to be close to you. She wants to let you know that she's all right. I feel she would have suffered quite a bit presumably at the end of her life. I feel that she was someone who suffered a fair bit during her life as well, actually. And she just wants you to know that she's okay. And it's not just because of her, it's because you might be concerned about someone else. Yeah. So it's not like she's telling you something's going to happen. It's like she's letting you know she wants you to be in touch and really feel in touch with the world of spirit. Let's do a card on that. I'm not using many different decks tonight so far, but that's coolio. Okay, what we got. Okay. Number 1, the Magician. Right, okay. Susan, this says you can do it. If you've got a challenge ahead of you, this says you can do it. If the challenge is just working out why your auntie's around you, you can do that too, okay? Because the Magician has all the tools necessary in his hands, and he's also got spiritual representations of those tools above his head. So as above, so below. In that sense, it seems to confirm what I was picking up there, you know, that you know, your family, there's you being your family in this realm, in the worldly realm. Above you is your family in the spirit world, as above, so below. So really, she's just letting you know she's there. But I really have to kind of give you some reassurance about the fact that there are other people in the spirit world who, you know, I'm sure you miss, who've gone out of your life. They're actually always around you and always close to you. So I hope that helps, Susan. That's really the best thing that I feel mediums do. It gives me more satisfaction than just about anything else, you know, to do that. You know, we're always looking for something really interesting to pick up on and, you know, make it interesting. But the most important messages are things like that. You were looking at a picture yesterday, weren't you? Or you found a coin down the back of the chair yesterday. Just a little thing like that lets you know that they're there with you, actually watching over you in one way or another. And not in a bad way, by the way. Okay, so Susan, I hope that helps, and I wish you the best of luck in your life and in your universe and in your everything. Aspie third eye. Necrophonic is 8 sound banks of phonemes. No words until the dead make words with them. Ah, that's most interesting. Aspie, I'm going to look into that. Really interesting. Yeah. Carrie, always cherish those cool days before the hot summer days gets here. Wow, yeah, I know what you mean, Carrie. Actually, we've got it like we've got very strange weather in UK at the present time, but for the last few years, we get this absolute heat wave around somewhere between March and April. We get this heat wave for 3 or 4 weeks, and we've had it for about 3 weeks now. And I know this, I'm always keenly aware of this because I tried to grow my own food, my own vegetables, and pictures of those on coffee, by the way. Link to my coffee page is going along the bottom of your screens at this very moment, where my finger is next to my Gmail address there. And yeah, I try and grow my own food, and it gets absolutely burned out of existence sometime between March and April. And then we get frosts like early May, and then we get kind of blustery weather, but it's as if the summer has decided to happen in this part of the world. In March and April, and I almost wish it wouldn't, but you know, got to celebrate nature. Mother Nature knows what she's doing. She's upsetting a lot of our plans a lot of the time, but she's in charge. And this is what I love. You know, we get an earthquake or a thunderstorm or something. It just shows the power of nature and reminds us that whatever our kind of world leaders might be doing to screw the planet up, they're not going to get away with it, because Mother Nature is always in charge. Really. Okay. I'm laughing because I thought of a joke. There's this British comedian called Jethro. He's just about the rudest man in the world, and I'm not going to retell any of his jokes fully because they're so rude. But he was talking about this town near him that's a real dump. I think it's called Lisgard. And he said an earthquake hit it, and it caused £1 million worth of improvements. Just makes me laugh, that one. Julie, subscriber number is creeping upward. Yes, it is, Julie. Thanks. Yeah, and it's creeping upwards against the odds because the YouTube algorithm keeps unsubscribing people. So, friends, if you're subscribed, please have a quick check and see if you're still subscribed because there's some kind of glitch. I don't know what it is, but the algorithm is definitely unsubscribing people. I think I'm on 1674 when I came online tonight. About a week ago, I was on 1650. But on, let me see, day before yesterday, before Sheila, Celtic Tarot Sheila gave me a shout out, I was down to like 1630. And I'm sure that many people hadn't unsubscribed. It's just crazy. So please do kind of check and see if you're still subscribed. As Twainer says, please don't forget to hit the like button. And T, hello, Andy and chat crew. Hello to you, T. Thanks for joining us. Great to have you along. Okay. Evil YouTube trolls unsubscribe innocent fans. Yeah, that's a true thing. I've emailed YouTube and complained, and you can imagine it. I just got an email back from YouTube saying, everything's fine, there's nothing to do with us. It's something to do with them, but what are you going to do about it? But yeah, please hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Hit it again if you've been unsubscribed, please. And also a thumbs up is great, really helps the video, actually. And also, by the way, I must give a shout out. A lot of people watch these videos after they've been uploaded, after they've finished, and they're not here on the live chat. I want to say a big hello to all you guys and a big thank you to all you for supporting the channel as well. It means a lot. I'm always playing around looking for other times. And I've been meaning to do an extra session at least once a week at a totally different time, like earlier in the UK morning or something, just so I can kind of meet up with other people so that nobody loses out. But I've got so much going on in the garden at the moment. I just can't take my eyes off the prize of the garden at the moment because what I do now affects my food for the rest of the year. But thanks so much for watching, everyone who's watching the repeats. And I seriously hope I can get a live going one day at a time that's actually going to work for you. Twainer says, want a great reading? Send Andy an email, 35and@gmail.com. There it is. It's where my finger is now. Okay. It's coming to the end. There it goes. And then coffee.com/twig is my coffee page. Okay. Right. Liz, you may definitely ask another question, and I'll come to you in a tick. I've got a feeling I've missed something, so I'm having a quick scroll now. Donna says it snowed a ton earlier this week, and now it's going to be in the upper 80s. Yes, it's madness, isn't it? But that's Mother Nature. Donna, got your email, right? I'm thinking about it, okay? I'd love to do something to help. I'm just thinking about what's going to help best. Maybe a birth chart is the answer. It could be a good answer, actually. Linda's asking, what is coffee? It's meant to be coffee, actually. Okay, and there's a link to it down in the description that you should be able to click on. And actually, I've typed it in wrong. I've put KOFI. It's ko-fi.com/twig. It's a bit like Patreon, but they don't take a cut. You can give a donation. There are pictures on there of my garden and stuff. Occasionally there are files. Occasionally there's astrology as well. And it's a place you can leave a donation. You can buy me a coffee, or you can buy the channel a coffee, as it were. And they send it straight into my PayPal account without taking a cut. It's sort of supposed to replace Super Chat in some ways. The only thing is with Super Chat, YouTube takes 30% of everything you donate. And I don't much like that happening, I think if people send a spiritual donation, they mean it to come to me, and but yeah. But yeah, Donna, any help is appreciated. Sure, I'm on it. I didn't reply straight away because it made me think, what could I kind of do? Because it's never going to be a great thing to well, you know what I'm talking about, Donna. It needs handling with kid gloves, and it needs a lot of thought. Okay. Coming to you in a tick, Twainer, because I've put you on the screen. Just reading what T says here. I was trying to go further in the dream and they stopped me and gave me a stack of gold coins to get on the ferry ride. I'm going to come back to that, T, okay? Because I'm drawn to Twainer right this minute, okay? My spirituality is growing. What are my gifts? Have you ever tried divination or working with a pendulum, Twainer? I feel you would have quite a gift for that, you know. And it's not just you; it's the guides, the spirit guides you have would have a bit of a knack for not just for the yes/no answers of the pendulum, but also for drawing people around you who need those answers. You have tried it. Great. That is definitely. Oh gosh, excuse me. That is definitely a gift, you know. That is a strong gift. You also have a gift with people. And it's, well, I think you'd be aware that you have several different interesting gifts with people. But one thing that commonly runs through everything you do with people, and this is coming to me as an extra gift that you might not be fully aware of, is that when people are around you, you are quite a healing presence. You know, that can lead you to feel exhausted by, you know, when you've just been around a few people and you don't feel you've done anything, but you are feeling kind of drained. That's a part of what's going on there. You definitely have those. You definitely have that gift, you know, of being a good influence to people. And that is really important to do any kind of psychic work, any kind of spiritual work, or any kind of healing work. If people don't feel they want to come around you, there's a limit to what you can achieve. There's a limit to what you can then do for people, you know. There's a wonderful spiritualist church in this area that is run by someone who is kind of quite a forbidding personality, quite unapproachable, and it seriously hampers what that church can do. And it's your approachability, Twainer, you know, that's come from experience you've had in life. You're quite empathic sort of a person, so that brings people to you. And then you just, without knowing it really, you are channeling healing all the time, you know. So healing in the pendulum and a gatherer of souls, Twainer. That's you know, that's how I would put that ability of drawing people to you, being a gatherer of souls. I knew an amazing elderly priest once. If all priests were like this man, there'd be no problem with the churches, you know. He's a lovely, lovely man. And he used to describe certain people as a great gatherer of souls. And he often spoke of why that was important for getting any spiritual work going on and anything important happening like that. So, Twainer, thanks for that question. I seriously hope that's helped, and thank you again for all the great work you do on the channel. Now, I said I'd come back to T, so here we are, back to T, and let's just take a look at this. Okay, Andy, I had a dream. Someone giving me a stack of gold coins to catch the fairy from the underworld. Okay. Let's look a little bit deeper into that dream, T. Let me pull some cards. Okay. Some cards, not one card. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Right, okay. Right, 3 cards on that for you, T. Right, first one, Queen of Wands. This is you, right? And this is why they would give you a stack of gold coins to make that connection. It's an encouragement to make that connection, okay? Because this lady reminds me a lot of what you might think of as a successful kind of witch, pagan type of person. And I'm not saying that's exactly what you are, but that, you know, it's success here in any kind of spiritual endeavors you want to go into. She's rock solid on her chair there, and she's got the cat. She's got the black cat in front of her, which is, you know, cats in this deck represent the higher self, and it's like a witch's familiar, you know. So basically you're set up, you're in the right place to be catching fairies, meeting fairies, being close to people, and you see, drawing those energies in from the other realms is a real important job for people to do in this world. So I guess the dream in some ways was a reminder. The coins were showing you that you definitely can do what you're being asked to do. You know, you can do it. Next card, number 18, and it's the moon. Okay, there's some advice going on now with the moon. There's often indicated a danger of being drawn in the wrong direction or being drawn by a false light. But there is good information being given here at the same time. And so if you need to change tack or change course in any way to make things happen, remember that the light of the moon that sometimes seems false is actually sunlight being reflected off the moon. I said right at the top of the show, actually, that the full moon that we're coming up to tomorrow or the day after, depending, being in your part of the world, it'll be tomorrow, late on tomorrow. Scorpio full moon. Any full moon is the moon opposite the sun. That's why it's completely lit up, and all the light from the moon is sunlight. Okay, so you might have to think things through a bit more, to get anything kind of concrete worked out in your own mind. But the third card on that dream is just about the best card in the deck, actually. It's the Three of Cups. So it's an upward spiral, okay? And it's basically, it's you and other people, and the other people in question here are the fairies, right? So that's it, you know, it's really to remind you of that connection. For some reason, I've got to tell you, I've got to somehow remind you that that connection is possible, that connection is feasible. I'm sure you'd know that, actually, but basically you've got what it takes, and it's going to be good for you, it's going to be uplifting for you, okay? And just, yeah, watch for that full moon, When that full moon comes in, things are going to change, you know. And yes, I thought about changing course in life. Right, great. Well, you can do it. Okay, you can definitely do it. And when this full moon comes in, it's a good time for making changes, right? Because of the full moon in Scorpio, along with all the other stuff that's going on in astrology at the moment, make this full moon very good for breaking away from any situation that's taken over your life, or from any domineering people, or, you know, even from your own kind of fears or whatever. It's escape from the matrix. Whatever matrix you're in, it's a good time to do that. And as the week goes on, it just gets better. I'm going to quickly read this out of the book, because I think this is good for everyone to hear, actually. Right, full moon on Monday, and then it's reinforced on Tuesday, because the moon makes a T-square with Uranus, Mercury, Venus in Taurus, and Saturn in Aquarius. Okay, and that fixed sign energy makes Tuesday a stubborn day when no one will give an inch. So you really need to make that move on Monday around the time of the full moon. And as we come towards next weekend, on Friday, there is a real kind of freedom boost on Friday, because the sun is going to conjunct Uranus, and there's a real harmonious lunar trine the next day. So it's going to be good. Thanks for your question. I wish you the best with that, my friend, and thanks so much for joining us tonight. Adrian asks, Andy, Twig brother, what is the meaning of the flag behind you? Let me just kind of move aside a little bit so y'all can see it. That, my friend, is the dream flag. Okay, I'll just move the computer a bit so it all gets in shot there. Right, yeah, it's the Karmapa dream flag. It's a Buddhist flag. It predates the yin yang by quite a long time. And I always wanted one, but I found it really hard to get. It took me a couple of years to find one for sale, and then it just came up suddenly on Amazon, so I bought it. And it was super expensive. It's not the best quality, but so rare, I just had to get it. I tried to paint one myself and like draw it out on a big sheet of cardboard first. And as I was calculating it, it's remarkably like the yin yang. Okay. If you draw a line down the middle, okay, you find that this bottom corner here is almost the same as the top corner on that side. And that's why it flows. It's not actually symmetrical, but it flows. The symbolism of it right, is that bear in mind it's Tibetan, you know, and it's kind of desert imagery. The sand is the earth and the blue above is the sky. So it's divine wisdom coming down and mingling with earth. And the Karmapa, back in the day when this came through, which was thousands of years ago, actually, really ancient times, very ancient symbol. The Karmapa at that time declared that wherever that flag flies, peace and wisdom will prevail. And that's why I wanted it up there, you know. So it's kind of similar to the yin yang in some ways, but it's a thing all of its own. Oh, people, yeah, Austin, it's totally interesting, isn't it? It blew my mind. It still blows my mind when I try to work out what it's all about. But yeah, you know, that there are ancient Chinese costumes that have that symbol on it, you know. It's the dream flag, anyway. And the Karmapa saw it in a dream. I also think it flies the flags for living by your dreams, but that's just my take on it. Okay. Yeah, and to the future. Yeah, hi, by the way. So much fantastic imagery from that time and place. Absolutely, you know. But I wonder, in this day and age, is it that inspiration has dried up, or is it just that so many of us tune out the inspiration that comes to us in our dreams, you know? I bet there's, and probably no one on this group would fail to appreciate a thing like that if it came through in a dream. But in the general world, I bet there's lots of people dreaming amazing dreams and just dismissing them because like they're an insurance broker and that's all they care about, or something like that. Crazy, hey? But yeah, the Karmapa dream flag, that is Karmapa. Okay, so if you want to look that one up, it's going to be interesting. Celtic Tarot Sheila is with us. Hello, Celtic Tarot Sheila. Great to see you with us. Great to see you, Liz, by the way, Liz O'Connor from Ireland. Thanks for joining us. Sheila and I are going to be live on Sheila's channel on Thursday, this Thursday coming the 29th of April. That is going to be 1 p.m. Mountain Time, so that's 12 noon Pacific, 2 p.m. Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. in UK. Okay, but yeah, 1 p.m. Mountain Time Thursday. Don't miss it, guys, because we're gonna get a good vibration going. We're gonna have some fun, Sheila and I. And I'm so glad she's around. You know, really. Okay, so thanks for joining us, Sheila. Okay, let me just kind of look. I'm bound to have missed questions here. Yeah, I've been going about, 56 minutes, Sheila, but I'm not done yet, not by a long way. Aspie Third Eye, here's a question. Let's do a question. Will I get the house I'm considering in East Memphis? Considering a move to Memphis. Right. So I want a green pendulum for this because this is all about an adventure taking shape and starting to happen. Right, yes. No, it's starting to happen. Those words were given to me. It's starting to happen. I did not know I was going to say that. So it looks like a yes already, but let's see what the pendulum has to say. That's the main thing. Pendulum is much more accurate than me. Giving me a very small circle. See if it develops. Yeah, it's giving me a much bigger circle now. Circle just keeps giving back. Circle just keeps getting bigger. So it's giving us a bigger and bigger circle. Circle there means a yes, Aspie. Okay, it took a while to build up. I think it's going to take some time. Okay, and I've got to tell you, what I'm picking up now is that it needs a fair bit more consideration around it as well. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a good idea, but just contemplate all the stuff that goes on when you move house, you know, how you're going to make the journey, how much stuff are you going to bring? Are you going to leave stuff behind, buy new stuff? Give that a lot of consideration, Aspie, okay? Don't just kind of jump for it, my friend. Right, but that was a yes, absolutely for sure, a yes. April 29th, showtime. Yes, that's it, Julie, showtime. April 29th, 1 p.m. Mountain, okay? Which means 12 noon Pacific, which means 3 p.m. Eastern, which means 8 p.m. in UK. But yeah, 1 p.m. Mountain, that's when we're doing it. And we're looking forward to that. I'm pretty excited, and I think Sheila is too. It's going to be fun. Okay. Oh yeah, into the future. That's that sounds very painful. Sorry to hear you went through that. Oh, here's another moving house question. We're into moving houses tonight. Patricia Simmons, hello to you. Thanks for joining us. Hello, we'll be moving before. All right. Oh, yeah, it's hard to type these things. I guess what you're saying is, will you be moving before May 29th into your new condo? Right. Let's do a pendulum one on that too as well, because that's a pretty straightforward yes or no question, isn't it? Will Patricia be moving into a new condo before May the 29th? Pendulum's just sitting there. Right. I'm not seeing any problems with that, you know. It's not a hard and fast no, actually. But let me see. If we just come forward a month, what about late June? Will she move by late June? Yeah, got a circle there. Yeah, it's mid to late June, I would say, Patricia. Okay, I'm sorry if that's a bit of a bummer, because it sounds like you really want to be moving in before May 29th. But, oh, I've dropped my mother pendulum now. Excuse me a minute. A quick look at my bald head there. But it's a yes to the move, Patricia, okay? And it's going to be a beneficial delay. There's something positive about that delay, whatever that delay is, okay? So I really hope that works out well for you, and thanks so much for your question. Okay, got to look at this one. Carrie Gibson says, while meditating today, I saw a white road going through the sky, and it kept getting longer and longer, and I got distracted and it went away. Amazing. Yeah, well, thanks for sharing that. That really, really sounds like a spiritual journey unfolding before you. You know, I'm sure you picked that up because it's kind of obvious, but yeah, that sounds great. Patricia's, yeah, it's a bummer, all right. Going to cost you more money that you don't have. Oh. But I did get a feeling it was going to work out all right, you know. But I mean, I sympathise. Things cost me a fortune sometimes, and I just haven't, you know. I think we've all been there. We just have not got the money, and some big expense starts cropping up, not just once, but several times. But yeah, feeling is good around that, Patricia. I think it's going to work quite nicely for you in the end. I really do. Okay. Sorry to go quiet, right? I like to talk all the way through if I can, but actually, you know, it's cool to be quiet for a second and just scroll up to find questions like this one. Austin ADM, thanks for joining us, friend. Thanks for your question. Any messages from my guide? Right, yeah, there's got to be, because I was drawn to it. Okay, where are we going? Going through decks quickly here. Animal spirit guides. Okay, this is a message from animal spirit guides, this one. Okay, I'm sure I'm being drawn to it by, you know, your, not just any one spirit guide in particular, but like the whole company of your spirit guides. And you're someone else who has many spirit guides, Austin. Okay. see where we go. Okay. Mountain goat, Austin. There's something out of balance in your life, it says. So do whatever you need to do to correct it. Yeah, and the mountain goat is hanging on tight there. Goats are amazing. I mean, they can climb up sheer, straight up and down perpendicular cliffs. They're absolutely amazing. So it's a reminder that really you can do anything. Life might be an uphill struggle for you at the moment, particularly in your spiritual work, but you can do it. That's the reminder here. But it's a feeling that things are getting a bit fragmented, Austin. Okay, woo indeed. But yeah, there's something out of balance. So think about that. It's saying do whatever you need to do to correct it. So I guess that's going to be known to you, Austin. Okay. This mountain goat is set against a beautiful turquoisey blue sky. So I don't feel there's anything untruthful about you. But as you're trying to bring things into balance, think about, are other people being totally straight with you? And if they're not, is there anything you can do about it? Or should you just keep moving? Should you just keep being you and doing your thing? Well, I'm sure you should keep being you, actually, and doing your thing. I get that feeling very, very strongly. Okay. Also, right, yeah, another, just as I'm putting the cards away, another one I'm drawn to for you, Austin, right? It's Kiwi, and it says do a walking meditation each day for the next week. And so that's going to help you sort out what you need to do to bring things back into whack and back into balance. Yeah, that's what's going on there, mate. So hey, thanks for being with us, Austin, and thanks so much for that question. And I wish you luck with it. I'm sure we all do. Cheers. Right. Okay. Good man. Okie dokie. There we go. I knew there was one there somewhere. It's April Evans. Yes, I'm going to do you a card, April. I've lost you again. I want to try and put you on the screen if I can. But hey, the scrolling thing is crazy. It really is. Where are we? No, can't find it. Okay, sorry, April. I can't put you on the screen right this minute, but I'm going to do you a card because I saw you asking for one there. Okay, I'm going to go with the, let me see. Oh, yeah, well, tarot again. It's been a very tarot-y kind of a night tonight. And I'm a great lover of oracle cards, actually, and we'll do some more oracles as we go. But I am going to do tarot for you, April. Okay. I think this is going to be a one-card wonder, but we'll see. Okay. Oh, 9 of Swords, April. A lot on your mind. Yeah, a lot on your mind at the moment. Tangled web. Now, what's going on in the card image here is that the rabbit has woken up, or is in the Mad Mark chair. I'm not sure because it's all grey. But this... yeah, it's a hare because he's got long ears. Okay, the Mad Mark chair has woken up in the middle of the night, and he's having a bit of a nightmare. It's not, it's a figurative nightmare. It's an analogy for life. The 9 swords represent many different decisions that need to be made, April. Many different things that need to get sorted out somehow. And also, he's woken up at what looks on the clock to me as if it's 4:10 in the morning. And the significance of that, right, is that traditionally the spirit world are believed to contact us between midnight and 4 a.m. I've no idea how that tradition came about or what it means, but those are called the dead hours, and that's why the symbol of this card is 4:10. So it's not exactly a spiritual problem that's going on, April, but it's a problem in the real world that's playing into your whole life, including your spirituality. And the answer is to take the problems, take it. What he's got to do, if you look at this, he's got to take one sword down at a time. He's no way he's going to be able to pick up all those swords at once. And that's so many decisions, April. So So work through those decisions one thing at a time, okay? It might feel a bit hopeless to just work at one thing when there's so much that needs doing. But you sort one thing out, April, then you can sort the next thing out, because then there's only 8 decisions, figuratively speaking, but there's one less, basically. So everything is a lot less tangled up there. And an analogy for that, right? If any of you guys have ever chopped up wood for firewood, you'll know that if you get a really thick piece of wood, it can be quite hard to get the axe in. But once you've cut it in half and split the log once, the 2 halves of the log are a lot easier to split, because you've already parted some of the grain, and every bit of grain in the log is tangled around and twisted with all the other strands of grain in the log. So you sort one problem out, you split the log once, it's easier to split the other bits. And as you go along, when you come right to the end of the process and you're just splitting tiny bits of kindling up for the fire, very easy then to get the axe through. And so you sort one problem at a time, okay? One problem at a time, April. Even if that doesn't feel like it's going to get you anywhere, it really will, okay? 8 problems are better than 9, let's face it. And, whatever the number of questions are, one at a time, that's the way to get through them. Okay. Right, thank you, Adrienne. Let's take a look. Martin958 could use an oracle card reading on his question about his ex and her marrying his best friend. Okay, Martin. I'm sorry I missed that, mate. I really am, okay. Just kind of the way it goes. But this is why Adrienne and my moderators are such fantastic people, actually, because they remind me. Okay. And I'll just do a quick reminder at this point, coffee.com/twig, as is going off the screen there at the moment. That's the place if you want to sort of buy me or buy the channel a coffee. That is always very, very welcome. And coffee, send your donations through without taking a cut, which is great. Also, my email is, there it is, going along now, 35and83@gmail.com. Okay, that's where to get hold of me if you want to book a private reading. I'm doing them all the time. There might be maybe a week or so's wait, but sometimes people cancel a face-to-face and have it at a different time, and then a slot comes up and then I can do one. Okay. Right. Ooh. Right, okay. Kalimar. Okay, Martin. Kalimar, facing fear. You're going to be all right, okay? It must be kind of quite frustrating, and it must be giving you some concerns. Obviously, you wouldn't have asked the question, okay? But what you're doing is you're facing your fears, and you're facing them good, my friend. You're doing well at that. Now, it says here, major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Let me bring it up to the camera so you can read it. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. Okay, so really what's happened, this might not have been a welcome thing when it came up, or it might not feel very welcome now, but this is the beginning of the rest of your life. This happening is a springboard. It's going to create a lot less hassle for you in the future. It's going to set you free. Okay, it's really, really going to set you free. Julianne said, OMG, Callie. Yeah. She's a kind of a scary character, you know. She's got all these skulls on her necklace. But, you know, death of situations in life is a really positive thing. Like I said to someone earlier, it's like closing. You've got to close the door on one part of life before you can open the door on the next part of life. And that's what's going on for you, Martin. So that's good to hear. Good, Matt. That's a brave thing to say, but I'm glad you're taking it, you know, in a favorable light, because yeah, it is a moving forward. You know, it's all about moving forward. It's not going to be easy to move forward, but as soon as you really make the decision and stick to that decision, that you're just going to be cool about it, you're just going to let it go, you're just going to move forward. That's the first step, and then the next steps get a lot easier after that. Okay, and as Julie says, yeah, that is a great card. Actually, it can be a scary card, actually, but it is a great card. It really is. Okay. Now then, Philip. Okay, can't find your original question. I'm going to say hi to Sam, by the way. It's great Sam's with us. I didn't notice you slipping in there, Sam, but it's great to see you. Okay. I did promise Philip an oracle card. That's why I've put his name there, so I don't forget. Lisa. Oh, hi, Lisa. People join all the time and I don't notice. Hi, Lisa. Great you're with us. Kali is an amazing goddess. Don't be afraid of her. She's powerful. Yeah. Creation and destruction go hand in hand. Very wise words, Lisa. Very wise words. Thank you for that. Okay, so let's give these a good shuffle and see what is coming up for Mr. Philip. Glad to see Keepers of the Light. I'm glad to have Keepers of the Light. I bet you are too, Philip. It's a fantastic deck. And let's just quickly look at the back of the cards here. You know, it's the Vesica Pisces. It's a very simple symbol. Two circles overlapping, creating an oval in the middle, which represents, you know, the birthing parts of a lady. It's you know, giving birth to ideas, giving birth to the rest of your life. That's the important thing about this, you know. So the card for you, Philip, Master Jesus, forgiveness. Okay, and it says you are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. It also says Father healing is possible at this time. It also says I've got really dirty fingernails. Sorry about that, guys. I've been gardening. Okay, but focusing on Jesus there, Philip. Okay, that's the main thing to look at. And I never push this as a Christian thing. That's not how Jesus is meant to be portrayed in this deck. Jesus is a great ascended master and very healing kind of a soul. And we do have the healing colour of lilac amethyst at the bottom of the card here. So all the power of Jesus is actually behind what's going on in your life, Philip. Look for ways to forgive. Okay, maybe at this moment you don't actually have anything to forgive that you're aware of, but just work on forgiveness. It's going to be part of your work going forward. And for those who don't know, Philip is definitely a light worker. He does readings. He's good at what he does. And so, you know, that's the card that's come up for you, Philip. You make of it what you will, my friend. I think you'd know what it means better than I do. But forgiveness is so where it's at. Forgiveness, I say to everyone, makes such a difference. Really does, you know. If you can be forgiving, not only does it help the person you've forgiven, it helps you. When my children were growing up, I had every parent has their sayings, don't they? And I had this saying that used to drive my kids mad, but they would say something like, oh, I hate custard, or I hate potatoes, or I hate broccoli, or I hate such and such a person, or such and such a thing. And I would always say, don't hate, it's bad for you. And I guess they might remember that as one of the mad things I did as a parent long after I'm gone. I hope so, because having hate in your heart is no good. And that is one benefit, just one benefit of forgiveness. You get that hate out of your heart and life just becomes happier, you know. Becomes a lot happier that way. And, you know, you deserve happiness. We all deserve happiness. But, hey, Philip, thanks for your support and thanks for being here tonight, mate. Really appreciate it. Okay, let's do some more scrolling. Great energy in all the cards. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, Liz. Okay, let's go to Liz Toth. Right, I think this was overlooked. Is there a special intuitive gift I should be developing to enhance my counselling skills when I am better? Blessings on your garden. Blessings on your everything, Liz. Right. Okay. Psychic level. Yes, there is. Okay, but it will reveal itself to you, Liz. You'll just know what it is. The only reason you don't know what it is at the moment is it hasn't finished revealing itself to you. I'll do you a card in a second. And hello, Judy Gagini, and hello, Sheila, Inquisitive Tarot. Great, you guys are with us. Absolutely great. You need to forgive a few from the past, Philip. Mate, so do I. I think we all do. And the more we can do that, the more we set ourselves free, honestly. Honestly, we do. Oh, so Oh, getting a bit of a runny nose tonight, guys, but we are kind of coming towards the closing stages of the show at the moment. But a few more cards to come yet, most certainly. And I'm going to do a card for Liz about this question. As I've said, right, yeah, it will reveal itself to you, okay? Revelation is a thing that takes time. It's slowly revealing itself to you at the present time and has been for quite a while because of health issues, Liz, right? That is one of the things, you know, you learn a lot from that, and what you learn from that you can pass on to heal other people with. Card I've got for you is faith, humanity, and benevolence. And faith is Archangel Michael's twin flame, so that's saying there's protection around you, okay, as you walk on your spiritual journey and path. And it says, stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. And that pretty much plays out what I was saying about, you know, you've learned, maybe not just from illness, but from life generally, okay? It's what you've actually learned in the world has become part of your experience. And that's the thing to really trust, because that is the good in you. And that's really the good everyone has in them. It comes from life experience. Even seriously bad people have some good in them that they've repressed. You know, there's good in everyone. And if you trust the good in yourself and others, you will actually see more of the good in others as you go forward. Honestly, if someone's being really like mean or nasty or something, if you can just be nice to them back, you'll see them transform before your eyes. You really will. Okay. It's another part of the wisdom of the Tao, which is a whole another angle on spirituality that I get involved with. But beautiful, have tears. Oh, dry your eyes, my friend. Blessings and thank you. Blessings to you, Liz. Thank you so much for your question. Yeah, check out that channel of Sheila there. Check them all out there. They're all so good. Okay, Yvonne White. Andy, could you tell me if I have any ancestors around me? Well, I dare to think I can. I don't know if I can tell you who they are, but I'll try and tune in and tell you something about them. Okay, Yvonne. I've got to keep putting my cards away when I'm not using them, otherwise they spill out all over the bed. Right, Yvonne White. Ancestors. There's a lot of energy in the ground where you live. Right, this could be a garden, or if you're in a condo, this is basically, you know, geographically around you. Okay, there's a lot of ancestral energy. I don't know if your family has lived in that place for a long time. If not, if it's somewhere you've moved to where you live now, even if it seems like a random move to you, you were drawn there by the ancestral energies. Okay, so yes, you do. When we talk about ancestors, right, it blurs with past lives as well. Yeah. So there's some past life connections going on. Yvonne, if you possibly can, spend some time outside, outdoors. Hopefully you've got soil and grass, something green around you somewhere. If you spend time there, you'll become more kind of sentient of what's going on there. But the answer is yes, you do have ancestors around you in a big way. Watch your dreams, Yvonne. Okay, look out for dreams. Have a pen and a piece of paper by your bed, Yvonne, if you possibly can, because it's important to write dreams down if you can as soon as your eyes are open, really, because it's amazing how much of a dream we lose sight of within a few minutes of waking up. Okay. Sandy S, can't wait to get out to my gardens. Yeah, I'm loving being out in mine, and it seemed like forever waiting for the time to come. Aspie Third Eye, thanks for all these readings, Andy. You help so many people. Thank you so much. Kudos to you too, because you guys helped me by coming in, and really it's my spirit guides that help people. And God, I was thick. They had a lot of work to get me going, you know. Took them a long time to get me set up and running. So it's, yeah, but I'm going to thank my guides as well. And that's where the thanks is all meant to be going. Right. Sandy S. Andy, any message from Gigi? I should say there is, right? Because I'm drawn to work your light. There's always a spirit connection when I use this deck. I'm not saying that's the case with every reader. Every reader's different. But when I use this deck, there's always some kind of spirit connection going on somewhere. So let's have a shuffle and see what we get for Sandy S. And thanks for being here and thanks for your question. Okay. Just while I'm shuffling. Lee Welster says, thanks, Andy, to all soul family from Mount Rainier. And, you know, love and light to you, Lee, as well. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Okay. Right. Any message from GG? Right. Oh, that's not the one, is it? Okay, right. Okay, here we go. Yeah, right. What I'm drawn to, Sandy, is this one. It says, align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Ask yourself that, Sandy. It's your decision. Okay. You'll be aware that things need to change in your life because you're being pulled all over the place. You can see there's a picture of a lady's face in this card. Even though it's all over the place, it's still there. We can still see it's there. So you've still got everything you need about you, Sandy, but you need to have a change round. Okay. Part of the message is to think about, you know, friends. Do you need to have a clear out there? This full moon coming up tomorrow is a great time for just losing touch, shall we say, with people who no longer serve you. Maybe you're being pulled in the wrong direction by people. I don't know. I feel that's part of it. But also some of it is circumstances, Sandy. Okay, circumstances are pulling you from pillar to post. So you choose, you decide what is not aligned or needs to change and get your life aligned. That is the message that I've got for you, Sandy. Okay. Thanks so much for that. Hello, Virgo Queen. Great to meet you. Yeah, the numbers are staying up tonight. It's so cool. It's so cool. Right. Right, okay. Judy Gagini, card about my brother. I'm concerned. Okay. Right. Let's have a look. Right, it's going to be okay, but this is intense, Judy, okay? Very intense feelings that you're going through at the present time, okay? I'm aware of that because this is a deck I'm always drawn to when things are really intense. This is a forerunner of Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light. This is Doreen Virtue's Ascended Masters. Don't worry about the Doreen Virtue part of it. They're great cards. And my guide's been using them a long time. Okay. Card about your brother. Wow. Okay. I think this is going to mean more to you than I'm getting out of it at the moment, Judy. Okay. Meditate. Siddhartha Gautama Buddha. Okay. If you really think about your brother, you're going to realize it's okay, right? I'm strongly told to tell you that he's okay, right? Whatever's concerning you at the moment, try and get into a state of peace. Okay, that's the image of this card is very, very peaceful, and that's the message. I'm late in the show at the moment, and my energy starts to go down. I get less detailed and less specific with my questions, but that is the card for you. Okay, meditate, and maybe meditate on a statue of the Buddha if you can, because what you're really saying, I'm concerned, okay? What the cards and what the psychic feelings are telling me is that you don't need to be as concerned as you feel at the present time, okay? So I hope that helps. Judy, you're very welcome. I'm only sorry you're going through concerns, my friend. I really am. Okay. Let's take a look at Susan's question here. Yeah, you can ask a follow-up question. Why ever not? Why ever not? So I'm just having a quick scroll here. Cloudy in Chicago. Can't see the full moon, Daisy. Well, you've got until tomorrow for the full moon. I forget which side of the states. Oh, yeah, I know where Chicago is. It's east side, isn't it? It's going to be... I think it's going to be, let me see. I think it's going to be 6 minutes past noon over Chicago, okay? And sure, that means it's going to be daylight. But in the early hours of the morning before the sun rises, you get a chance to see it possibly. And even if not, okay, even if it ends up being tomorrow night, it's still going to be very nearly full. You're still going to pick up on the full moon energy. So fear not about it. Kaya Noel says, yeah, Doreen Virtue gone wonky. What the heck happened? Money. Okay, there's a video on my channel all about Doreen Virtue. When you're a spiritualist or a card reader like we all are, sure, it's possible to make money at it, but you'd never make very, very much money. You never get totally rich doing this, okay? She got pretty rich at Hay House, but only a small few do. She's got a hell of a lot richer by going over to Christianity, because like half the world's a Christian, you know. It's much easier to do. You don't have to bring evidence through. You don't really have to give hard and fast answers. You can just say, read the Bible, my friend. Jesus loves you. And that's you just don't have to do any of the psychic stuff. And you get loads and loads of money, loads of wonga. If anyone's ever heard of Joyce Meyer, Joyce Meyer gives $10 million a year to charity, which sounds great until you realize she makes $70 million a year, you know. And that was a few years ago as well. She probably makes more than that now. Anyway, Susan, right, follow-up question of the cards. It said that motive wasn't what it seems. Is it possible to elaborate on that? Okay. What I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to power of joy, so we're not very certain. That's probably the answer we were after, but we're coming towards the end of the show, and I do start losing touch a bit with the full spiritual flow. You know, it's superhuman knowledge coming into my rather thick head here, and it just, you know, the guides get tired of trying to do it, but this is the card I got in answer to that question. Okay, I can still shuffle, I can still do that, and I'm sure this is the right card for you. Okay, Maitreya, lots of Buddhist stuff going on in the show tonight, actually. And Maitreya is like the fat Buddha. You know, he's like the Buddha statue that people have on their shelves and in their cars and in their house and stuff. And he wasn't actually the Buddha, but he embodies all the best energies of the Buddha, because he was a Buddhist monk and he went around spreading joy everywhere he went, trying to get people to be happy. So, Susan, listen to the silence behind the noise. Okay, your concerns at this time are creating noise in your life. Just try and be as happy as you possibly can. Okay, because whatever that motive was, you're going to be okay, and it's going to be okay. More importantly, the situation is going to be okay. Right? That's the way it's going. Not too specific, sorry about that, but just think about the fat Buddha guy, Maitreya, and think about the power of joy, and just try and connect to a happier place. That's what Spirit are giving. Okay, that was going to be the last card of the night, but I'm going to do one for Mary Hernandez Walker. Okay, I just feel like I've just been explaining, Mary. I'm sort of running out of energy, so I might not give you much of an explanation here, but I'm sure the card I pull for you is going to tell you something. Marie, I'm going to do a card of the week for everyone in just a minute, okay? Right at the end of the show here, unfortunately. But I'm going to do a card for everyone, and please take this card for everyone that I'm about to do after I do this card for Mary Hernandez Walker. Okay, Mary, focus upon your strengths, and it's Apollo. Okay, Apollo is the ascended master, an amazing Greek god, and he holds up this light of abundance in his hand here. And basically, keep your eyes on the prize, keep going for the prize, Mary. Okay, I feel something is near within your grasp at the moment, but you don't feel up to it. You don't feel you've got the energy, you've got what it takes to actually reach out and grab what's rightfully yours, but it is rightfully yours, Mary. Okay, and you do have the strength. Okay, my friend, the universe doesn't throw anything at us until we are ready to handle it. Okay, so focus upon your strength. right? Don't even think about the negatives. Just focus upon your strengths. That's so important. Okay. Hope that helps you. I actually don't, Adrian. I don't have an Amazon wish list, and this is actually a problem to do with where I live. I virtually never buy anything from Amazon because they can't find my house. They give their drivers about 2 minutes to deliver things, and it takes nearly 25 minutes to get down the lane to my house and back up. They used to occasionally send vans down with things, and the driver would get stuck, and I'd have to get a tractor to get the driver out, and they just sort of blacklisted me in the end. So sadly, Amazon is just not much I can do with Amazon, sadly. Real unfortunate one, that. But I don't put my address on my YouTube channel for various reasons, but if anyone ever wanted to send something to me, please drop me an email, 35and83@gmail.com, and I'll let you have my mailing address. Okay? Yeah, I certainly will, Tim. Yeah, I certainly will. I come on, I do the show, and I just kind of burn through my energy. It's a pain in the neck, Julie. It really is. Sometimes I buy tarot decks from Amazon and I get them sent to a local petrol station. Okay, that's how crazy it is. Got to go to the gas station to pick it up. But yeah, they're a bit hopeless, I can't have Amazon Prime or anything like that. Really unfortunate. All I can really see, eBay do click and collect, and you can have it sent somewhere, but Amazon just don't seem to do that, unfortunately. Okay, right, guys. Well, I'm going to draw things to a close now. Thanks, everyone, for being here tonight, and thanks for all the lovely energy that has actually been around. Let me just have another quick look. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Okay. Going to do a card for absolutely everyone now. Okay. And yeah, let's go with the Ascended Masters again. We're definitely in the flow of the Ascended Masters here tonight. Right, okay. This is cool. This is a good one for the end of a show. It says, go now. And it's Serapis Bey. But the whole thing is a lot like Sanat Kumara in the Keepers of the Light deck, actually, Serapis Bey. He's got this glowing great big stick. And he's telling you guys, when he says go now, he doesn't mean go away. It means go for it, okay? Follow your heart, follow your dreams, go for it. And so much of the energy of this tonight has been about ignoring the things that pull you down, okay? Those are just distractions. The real important thing is the mission that we were all born into when we came to this world, and we've all got a different mission, but just go for it, guys. Never let it stop, okay? Keep on going for it. Keep on reaching for the stars. And as a really great guy on YouTube called James Arthur Yancic always says, reach for the skies within yourself, okay? Live your best life, experience your best blessings. Thanks so much to all the moderators. Thanks so much to all of you. If any of you guys want to get in touch, 35and83@gmail.com, underneath my dirty fingernail there, underneath this dirty fingernail, coffee.com/twig. If you'd like to buy me or buy the coffee channel, by the channel a coffee, you're very, very welcome to, and that is always appreciated, guys. It really is. So in the meantime, thanks for everything. I'll see you again very soon, guys. I'll be here on Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. UK time, 2:30 p.m. Central USA. And of course, don't forget that one on Thursday as well. Thursday the 29th, 1 p.m. Mountain Time on the Celtic Tarot Sheila channel. Sheila and I will be making stuff happen, and it's going to be coolio. Tonight has been brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed this one, guys. Love, light, and blessings, and peace. Take care of yourselves.